I began to understand the cost of being called, of being consecrated, of being appointed. I saw the price our young people had to pay in their fight against the system. And I will say every time I get the opportunity, I am in awe of the courage and of the faithfulness of the young people that I was with during the 1970s and the 1980s. I will never forget that dedication to what was true and right. I cannot understand to this day that you could be so young, 15, 16, 17 years old, that you have your own dreams and aspirations and hopes for your life, that you carry with you the dreams and the hopes and the aspirations of your parents. Because often, mostly, none of your parents, maybe none of the generation of your parents in your family ever had the privilege and the opportunity to set foot on a campus of a university or of a college. You carry within you the hopes and the aspirations of all of your family. And yet, you put all of that on the altar every single time you rise up to march and face the dogs and the guns and the tear gas and the prison. You saw the young man, the young colleague next to you being shot. You went to their funeral. You wore the t-shirt, do not mourn, mobilize. So next Monday, you were on the streets again, facing the same guns and the same tear gas and the same police and the same pain. How did they do that? The only thing that I could think of is the way I understood when we had our chapel services on Sunday morning before the marches on Monday morning. That they knew that we cannot do this if we were not anchored in the love of a God who is all in all justice, in the love of Jesus who came to fight for freedom for his own people. When you begin to understand that, then the pain of seeing those who live lives of fat richness and wealth because they betrayed everything that was good about us, that pain becomes too much. Then I understand, and I understand Jeremiah. Cry out, O heavens, be appalled, O heavens, because my people have committed evil against me. I know what it means to fight for your people when your people love you. I mean, when you stand in front of a crowd of 20,000 and they shout your name, you know, okay, they love me. And you have to be ready to deal with that because that too can lead to all sorts of things. But you also need to understand that day when those who shout Hosanna will tomorrow shout Crucify him. You need to know what that means. I will never forget, and I will mention only this one example. I will never forget. One day I was walking down the streets, it was in Sea Point, and there was a woman, one of our people, who was coming up the sidewalk towards me. She looked up and she recognized me. She stopped. She spat on the street and then crossed. You know what that means. Can you still say, I will fight for Jesus and for my people? Until I could have an experience like that, what would I know what Jeremiah was talking about? That's why it takes me so long to preach from this book. You want to remain faithful to Jesus, you want to remain faithful to your promise, you want to remain faithful in the struggle with your people. But what if the promises you make to your people conflict with the promises you make to your family. How many times have I thought, I love my people and my people love me, but how does it happen that the love for my people interferes with the love for my children? You can be with your people, you can fight with them, but what if it means that your children hardly ever see you, hardly ever know you? They grow up, and when you look around, they are adults, and you think, how did this go so fast? Yes. So you will never know what goes in my heart. When I see my children with me.
Yes. Yes, my daughter. Yes.
During the most difficult time, I don't know how many times somebody said to me, you're going to preach from Zechariah. So what is in Zechariah? There's a text that says, where did you get these wounds? And then you will say, I got these wounds in the house of my friends. So is ek geslaan in die huis van my vriende. I was tempted to preach that text. It's a lekker tekst as jy kwaad is. It's a lekker tekst as jy die Here kan sê, Here, ek het hulle naam op. Voel ek het, as ek doodgaan,